Hey guys, so finally decided to do this. Given the situation, it almost seems like it's the way forward at the moment, so we're here. This is part of Breathing Warriors. Breathing Warriors is a not-for-profit that has been set up providing yoga and rehabilitation classes free to those that are going through cancer, their family members or carers. It's something that's done here in Ibiza, and it joins yoga as well as physiotherapy, kind of rehabilitation, thinking about what cancer survivors may be going through and how movement can help. It's on a face-to-face basis. This is the beginning of online. Given our situation that we're living right now, I suppose it's the way forward. As always, do what feels right to you. This is not about me out here, it's about your practice and how your body feels while you do these movements. Don't do anything that doesn't feel right to you. We'll talk more about pain and movement and being pain within movement in other sessions. Maybe I'll do a specific video for this. But for today, just really listen to your body, and if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. I use rubber bands for my classes, introducing the element of rehabilitation. So if you have a band, great. If you don't, that's okay, you don't need it. Or find something elasticy that you feel might work for this. It's a very light band, okay? There doesn't have to be much resistance. And at this moment, it's completely open, no tight ends. At this moment, if you want to, pause the video. And if you want a longer grounding, pause the video and take maybe 10 minutes to actually come to your mat, to ground yourself, to take a moment to breathe. We're just going to do a very short version, and yeah, so if you've paused, if you're going to pause, please pause now, and if not, let's go ahead, let's start moving. So finding a comfortable position, whatever that might be for you, it doesn't matter if legs are crossed or legs out in front, or you're using blocks to help your legs. We are trying to find an upright position for two reasons. One is alertness and being present, and the other one is actually opening up the rib cage so that we can breathe a little bit easier. I want you to take a few breaths with your eyes closed if that feels right for you. Gently in through the nose and out through the mouth, inhaling deep. Slowing down the exhalation, making this as long as the inhalation. On the inhalation, feeling that length through your spine. Inhaling, feeling long. Exhaling, feeling that groundedness, that belonging to the ground, to the place where you are right now and actually being here. One more breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Gently opening the eyes, and let's start moving. So from here, let's start with our arms in cactus, opening up our arms to the sides, bending the elbows, inhaling, opening up the chest, exhaling, joining those arms in the front. Inhaling, opening, exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now adding on a little bit more movement in the body. So chin to chest on the exhalation. On the inhalation, either long neck or slight tilt backwards with your neck. Exhaling forward. Arching your back backwards as in cow. Inhaling as in cat and opening up. Exhaling. inhaling. I offer you to maybe close your eyes to any of these repetitive movements, to allow to internalize the practice, to actually feel what you're feeling and see how your body's feeling with the movement. Exhaling forward. This time lengthening the arms forward, palms together, inhaling, arms back. Exhaling, arms forward. Inhaling, arms back, thumbs pointing backwards, that way engaging the scapulars, the retractors. Exhaling, hands forward. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. This time left arm stays, right arm goes back, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, left arm goes back, exhaling forward. Keep this rhythm, keep this moment, keep this breath. Trying to find the movement with the breath, so that by the end of the inhalation or exhalation is when you get to the end of the movement. One more time, other side, left side back, and exhale forward. Sitting upright once again, hands down. This time we're going to bring our arms up midway. We're going to cross right underneath left. We're going to go into eagle arms, crossing the hands, palms together if that's available. You can grab your thumb, or if not, you can just keep your hands with the backside together. Either way, raise the elbows up, drawing the shoulders down. Keep the hands away from your forehead. Inhale and exhale. Draw the shoulders, the elbows away from your shoulders. And take a few breaths here, breathing deep into your shoulder blade area. Feeling that lengthening of the tissue, feeling that ease. One more breath. And exhaling, releasing. Open it up once again, inhale. Exhale, cross the other side. Eagle arms, hands away from your forehead, elbows up. Draw the elbows away from the shoulders. Breathe. Long spine, long neck. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And releasing. From here you see that I haven't actually followed any particular breath. All I would invite you to do is actually to breathe through movement. It's not important for me at this stage if it's ujjayi or yogi breath or any breath in particular. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. Now we're going to mobilize the shoulder blades. So inhaling, arms up, parallel with the ground, long spine, long neck. Exhaling, arms come forward. Spine stays where it is. Inhaling, shoulder blades back. Exhaling, shoulder blades forward. Retraction back. Protraction forward. Retraction back. This way mobilizing the shoulder blades and trying to incorporate the shoulder blades later into the movement of your shoulders. It's good to awaken these parts of the body. Following your breath, following your movement, inhaling back and exhaling forward. This time we go back and we come up. Inhale and back and down. Exhale. Inhale. As you see, my arms are staying where they are in order to actually aid specific movement through the shoulder blades. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. This time raising the arms up, inhaling. I'm going to lean forward slightly, trying to keep that straight spine. We're not going down all the way, we're just going down slightly. And so in this way, what we're doing, we're actually strengthening our back. So exhaling forward, inhaling up. Exhaling forward, inhaling up. Our aim is try to keep our spine straight. If it's only just a little bit of movement, that's good for today. We're not going too far. One more time. And back. Leaning back, either hands down or not. Switch sides with your legs. Uncross and cross the other side. And let's just do it once again, a few more times on this side. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Take a note of where you're feeling this. See if you can actually draw some attention towards your glutes and your back while doing this movement. Hands down, hands to a lap. We're going to go into 4-point kneeling. You can do it either by coming to the side and tucking the legs and then just going down onto your knees and hands, or you can come forward straight into this 4-point kneeling. To the center of the mat. Hands either underneath the shoulders, but if they don't feel right for you and the wrists don't feel safe there, you can bring your hands slightly forward. Knees underneath your hips. And we're just going to warm up the wrists slightly. So bringing up palms to face upwards on one side. Straight arm, elbow straight. And then we'll go towards the other side. So here. Once again, palm facing upwards, stretching out the wrists. And then the other side. And let's do that once again on the other side. Palm up. Hold here, breathe. Other side. Whatever feels right, really. Just mobilizing those wrists and actually starting to feel how they warm up a little bit. Shaking them out, coming back onto your knees. From here, fingers pointing outwards, palms on the floor. Elbows are straight. I put some weight down onto my hands. I'm going to raise my palms off, but my knuckles are still there on the mat. I put some weight onto it, and I slowly allow my palms to come down towards the floor. This way, strengthening the forearms and preparing it a little bit for these movements. One more time, up. Put some weight on, hold there, and gently bring it down. Great. Turn 4-point kneeling, feet are tucked in. Hands underneath the shoulders if that feels right. Let's start by mobilizing the lumbar spine and see if we can actually minimize the movement in the rest of the spine by actually engaging our shoulder blades, pushing the floor away, long neck, and just tilting our pelvis. So rocking our tailbone up towards the ceiling and then tucking it back in. I'm really trying to minimize the movement just to our pelvis and our lumbar spine at this stage, waking up the kind of connection that we have with that area of our body. Push the floor away with your shoulders, with your hands. So actually feeling that engagement through the hands to the shoulder blades while tilting your pelvis. Using your breath for movement. And now starting to add on the rest of the spine. So we're going to tuck the tailbone in, we're going to push the floor away, chin to chest. And then we go the other way into cat, allowing our spine to curve downwards. Our tailbone to point out, to actually tilt backwards. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling. Being aware of your neck. If this doesn't feel right with an extension through the neck, so tilting your head back, just lengthening through the cervical spine. So lengthening through that neck. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to start to incorporate a few movements. So we're going to incorporate our leg into a cat and cow. So first we're going to start with our right knee, right leg. And of course, do place something underneath your knees if that feels right for you. So from here, I'm going to draw my leg up towards the ceiling, keeping my knee bent. So my foot is going to go up towards the ceiling. From here I'm going to arch as in cat
And then I'm going to bring it through the midline all the way towards my face, as in cow.
And cat. And cow. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling.
Drawing that knee down, we're going to switch sides. You can come back onto your knees and shake it out. Starting to feel that around my shoulder blades. Loosen it up a little bit and come back to the mat. From here, let's go with the other side, left side. So finding that stability through your torso, through your shoulder blades, pushing the floor away, wrapping the triceps, long neck, shifting your weight onto that right knee, foot. And from here, left leg goes up, knee is bent, foot goes towards the ceiling, arching, inhaling and exhaling, drawing that knee through the midline to your nose, to your face. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Really exploring movement here, really thinking about how it feels in your body, how far can I go, do I want to go? How that feels for me, or do I want to keep it slower, and do I want to keep it tighter? And one more time. And back down. From here, untuck the feet. Hands come forward, child pose. Drawing the hips back down towards your feet. Allowing your head to come between your hands. The forehead to the mat. Inch your hands forward on an inhalation, exhaling, drawing your hips back. One more breath. From here, drawing back up with an exhalation. We're going to grab the band, but if you don't have one, don't worry. I'm going to keep quite a bit of length. I'm going to place my hands down on the mat. We're going to engage the shoulder blades here. Hands underneath the shoulders, if that feels right. Open up the fingers, index pointing forward, wrap the triceps, push the floor away. When I say that, I really mean you wrap the triceps, the bicep goes forward. And with this movement, I really want to feel a connection between my hand and my shoulder blade here. So that we're engaging the serratus, this muscle underneath our shoulder blade, which is a muscle around stability of the shoulder and the shoulder blade. From here, once we've found middle ground with our spine, we engage our spine, we engage our core, push the floor away. I'm going to raise my right hand forward and up. I'm going to point my thumb up towards the ceiling and down. Up. I'm going up in a Y. I'm not coming straight forward up. I'm trying to give it a little bit of space to my shoulder so it actually doesn't feel too tight around the area. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. This time I'm going to raise up. I'm going to hold it here, and now I'm going to bring my arm around the side. Thumb is still pointing up, and then gently my thumb will start turning to point downwards while my arm goes behind my back. And once again, I'm going to draw it up towards the front. My thumb will gradually want to turn by itself. If not, I will turn it, and my thumb will point up. Relax back down. Exhaling. And shake it out. Let's go with the other side. So push the floor away. Right hand this time is the one that's going to stay down. Feel that connection with your shoulder blade. Left hand, thumb up into a Y position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next time, still pushing the floor away, feel the left arm come up and draw it down to the side. And as it comes back, allow the thumb to turn inwards and come behind your back. Drawing it up once again towards the ceiling, towards the front, and then the hand comes down. Let's repeat that once again. This is reverse snow angel. And we're doing it with one side with a band. So left hand is on the ground, pushing the floor away, right hand comes up, thumb is pointing upwards. Slowly, gradually it comes down towards the side, and then the thumb starts to point downwards while the arm comes behind the back, drawing this up once again, and thumb points up once. Exhale down. Again, if you don't have a band, that's okay. Left arm comes up, drawing it down, passes the middle, slowly starts turning, and then drawing it back up once again. And down. Come back onto your knees. Roll the band to the side, shake it out. We're going to come into standing. You can either step forward or come up into standing any way that feels right for you. From here, we're going to bend the knees and come into forward fold. Allowing just a moment to actually let go with the knees bent, really relaxed here. Belly is close to our thighs if that's available. Take a second to let go of your neck, your arms, your breath, and symbolically let go of everything that's just there for a second. Bend the knees slightly more, slightly further, and then tucking in the tailbone, gently drawing yourself up, chin last, coming to standing. Tadasana. Arms are by your sides, the palms are facing forward, our knees are semi-flexed, very lightly, posterior pelvic tilt engage, long neck. From here, we're going to go into a variation of sun salutations. We're going to gently get into them. So we're going to start off with our arms. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. This time, arms come up. On the exhalation, arms come down mid halfway. Thumbs are going to still point backwards here. I'm going to fold. I'm going to hip hinge. So that's keeping my spine straight. I'm going to fold for my hips. My knees are bent, allowing for this straight spine. I'm going to come halfway down and back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If at any moment you need to take a break, please do so. If you need to rest the arms, please do so. If not, stay here with this movement, breathing through the movement. Shoulder blades are back, thumbs are pointing backwards, long neck, straight spine. Feeling those hamstrings starting to engage. Gently, we start going a little bit deeper if that's available for you, if that feels comfortable. If not, we stay at whichever area feels right for us today. Back up. And exhale down. This time staying here, one breath, inhale, and exhale, releasing completely down towards the mat. Inhale, we're going to come halfway up, so that is back to that straight spine, and from here, hands to shins, shoulder blades back, long neck. It's a little bit higher than 90 degrees in order to really feel that engagement of the posterior line. Exhaling down. And inhaling, bending the knees, coming all the way back up, arms above head. Exhale, hands to heart, and Tadasana. If you've got blocks and you want to use them, please do. You can put them on the ground in front of you. I don't have any with me today. Decided to do this without all my equipment here. But if not, we're going to go into a variation of sun salutation. So, you can put your, as with me, I'm going to put my hands onto the floor to do this. Palms facing forward, feeling the ground, really connecting with the ground, feeling that tripod effect with our feet. So 2 points in the front, 1 point in the back, feeling the weight distributed evenly amongst those points. Bending the knees slightly. Inhaling. Exhaling, finding that focus. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms out towards the sides, folding forward and coming down all the way. Inhaling, halfway up, hands to chin, straight back, straight spine, shoulder blades back. Exhaling, hands down, step back slowly with our right leg. We're going to come slowly down, touching down with that right foot, and we're going to come down with that knee. We're going to shift our weight back slightly. so that our line with our hip is perpendicular to the ground. And from here, we're going to come up. Our arms are going to draw up. Inhaling, exhaling, holding this position here. While we're here, we're going to engage our right glute, posterior pelvic tilt, really feeling that right glute engage. And we're going to engage as well our core area. From here, we're going to lean forward slightly, maintaining that strength around the glute and the core area. Neck is not poking out, our chin is trying not to poke out, we're keeping that alignment through the spine. Inhale. And exhale, releasing hands down, straighten that back leg. And now we're going to slowly shift our weight into that front leg and step forward with our right. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down. Inhaling all the way up, hands above head. Hands to heart. Tadasana. Let's go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, arms out, thumbs pointing backward, folding forward, all the way down, and releasing. Inhaling, halfway up, hands to chin, shoulder blades back, long neck. Exhaling, hands down to the mat, keep on breathing. Shift the weight onto that right foot, left leg goes back, gently stepping down. Left knee comes down, shift your weight back onto that left knee slightly so that you've got that straight line. Come up. We know the drill now. Arms come up. We engage the left glute this time. We're going to go into that posterior pelvic tilt, engaging the core, and then slightly drawing that hips forward while maintaining that engagement. Breathe here. One breath. Two breaths. And of course, your hands can be whichever way feels comfortable for you. You can join your hands, index pointing for upwards, your arms can be separate. Whatever suits you today in this practice. For me today, this is where I feel comfortable. One more breath. Exhale, arms come down again, straighten that back leg, shift your weight into that front leg, and now step forward lightly with the left foot. Inhaling halfway up, shoulder blades back. Exhaling down, bend the knees, straighten the spine, all the way up, arms above head, hands to heart, Tadasana. Inhale, once again, we're going to go into that low lunge, folding forward, arms out, all the way, inhaling, halfway up, straight spine, exhaling, hands down, shift your weight into the left, right leg goes back, bring the knee to the ground, shift your weight back. This time we're going to grab the band, and from here, we're going to do it first without the band and then with the band. And so, what we're going to do, we're going to draw our arms up. We're still engaging through that posterior pelvic tilt. Right glute, core is engaged, arms are up, our foot is tucked, so our actual toes are engaged. Finding better balance here. From here, we're going to open up towards the left. So, right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. And from here, finding this twist. From here, left hand comes forward, and then we're going to go with the left hand back. Forward and back. You'll find that your left leg wants to externally rotate, so the knee wants to go out towards the side. Consciously keep that knee drawn in. You'll find as well that you'll want to fully extend through the spine in doing this rotation. Try to maintain control through the movement. And back. This time grabbing the band. Quite a relaxed grip again. From here, hands together, thumbs up. Left thumb is going to point out towards the side. And this way now, keeping your right hand there, left hand comes back and forward. And so therefore adding some resistance to this rotation. One more. And forward. Releasing the band, inhaling arms up, exhaling hands forward and down, straighten the back leg, shift your weight onto that front leg, step forward gently and slowly, inhaling halfway up, exhaling down, bend the knees, straighten the spine all the way up, hands above head, hands to heart, Tadasana. Let's go the other side, inhale, exhale, arms out. Inhale, halfway up. Exhaling, hands down. Shift your weight into the right leg. Left leg goes back. Knee comes down, shift your weight back, and find low lunge. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, opening up towards the right. Right hand comes forward, exhale. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Find the band. Find the length that suits you. Right hand points out, the thumb points out towards the side, keeping the left hand there. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back. And exhaling forward. Release the band. Arms come up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come forward and down. Straighten the back leg. Slowly step forward with that left foot. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Bend the knees, straighten the spine all the way up. Hands to heart. Tadasana. From here we're going to start to add on a little bit. So yoga and rehabilitation as well. I like to actually incorporate a little bit of my pre-existing martial arts. Just a gentle, nothing, it's more about the breathing. We're going to go into chair pose, so whatever that might be for you, but in going into it, our arms are going to come back, palms are going to face forward. We're going to go into that hip hinge, straight spine. We're going to bend down as low as you feel comfortable. From here, inhale, exhale, arms come forward, arms come up, inhale. Arms are out towards the side, slightly and wide. Thumbs are pointing backwards. I tuck my tailbone in slightly. My feet are hip width, or they're actually joined up, whichever feels more comfortable for you. My chin is trying to not poke forward, it's actually tucked in. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, standing up. Instead, we're going to go from chair pose to actually high lunge. So you can take small steps or one big step. Follow me. Arms back, inhaling, arms up, forward. Hands to heart, shift your weight into that left leg. Find a point of focus. Really focus the mind here, focus the breath. And from here, small steps or one large step backwards into a high lunge position. Standing up into high lunge. Again, that whole posterior pelvic tilt, engaging that left glute, engaging the core, arms come up. Go as far and as low as you feel comfortable. Breathing through movement. One more breath. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight forward. Again, small steps or one big step, shift your weight into that front leg, and then just gently start taking your right leg forward. Coming back into chair pose. One breath, inhale, and exhale, hands to heart, and standing up. Shake it out. Great stuff. Let's go on to the other side. So from here, Tadasana. Find that place on the floor, find that point of focus, focus your mind and your breath. Draw arms back, lower down, arms come up forward, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight into that right leg. And when you've got that weight distributed through the right leg, slowly bring that left foot back into a high lunge position. Drawing the leg back and slowly putting it down. Finding that high lunge position. Engage that right glute, posterior pelvic tilt, engage the core, draw your arms up and then come as far down as you feel comfortable, staying as far up as you feel comfortable. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Hands to heart, shift your weight forward once again over that front leg. Lean forward, that's going to give you that little bit of weight distribution through that front leg. It allows you to actually take the weight through that leg. Therefore, drawing the left leg forward into chair pose once again. Inhale and exhale, hands to heart. Shake it out once again. We're going to go through this sequence once again. We're just going to add something on. So, again, feet wherever they feel comfortable. They can be together, it makes it slightly more challenging, or slightly hip width apart. For me, that feels right today. Inhale back, Exhale, inhale, chair pose. Tuck the pelvis in, hands to the heart. And this time we're going to draw our arms out towards the front. Palms open. Right palm comes back towards the side. Fingers are pointing down. Left hand with fingers pointing upwards. I'm going to step back into high lunge position with my right leg gently as we did before. And from here I'm going to switch hands. Exhale. Step forward. And I'm going to step back, shift my weight onto the right leg and step back with my left leg. Slowly and controlled. Inhale. Exhale, switch hands. Step forward, inhale. Exhale, switch hands. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, step back, switch hands. Repeat this a few times. Staying as low, as high as you feel comfortable. Breathing through movement. And this time stepping forward, arms come back up into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana. We're going to come onto the mat. We're going to actually go into a sitting position now after that movement. And so you can either come through Malasana, coming down gently. If you want to, you can put something underneath your heels if that makes it a little bit easier. Allowing your hip to come down. You can stay here if you want to, if not, just come straight into sitting on the mat. Legs are going to come forward. With your legs forward, we're going to just do a forward fold. But with that, we're actually going to do some strengthening as well. So, for now, find your sitting position, find your hips in place. Shifting your weight forward allows for your hip bones to actually find that anterior pelvic tilt, so that when you want to come back up, you have a straighter spine in sitting. Engage the quads, toes point back towards you. If this is not available for you, you can sit down on either a mat, on a cushion. You can even bend your knees if that feels more comfortable, just to let go of the hamstrings in order to get that straighter spine. The idea is actually getting this straight spine. For me, that's an important part of this posture. You can always put your hands back in order to allow your spine to be slightly straighter. Always trying to draw your shoulder blades back. If this is available for you though, let's sit here. So finding this position once again, finding that length through the spine, engage the quads, knees are flat, straight, toes are pointed back towards you, hands are relaxed. And breathing here. One more breath. Exhaling, releasing, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, hands forward and down. From here, we're not going to stay here. We're actually going to keep on strengthening. So I want you to draw into an anterior pelvic tilt. That's trying to tilt the pelvis forward. So pulling on your feet, pulling your spine slightly straighter from here, holding this with the back muscles and then drawing yourself up. Inhaling. Exhaling, straight spine, arms back, slowly coming forward. Inhaling back. And one more time, forward and back. Exhaling, arms down. And draw your feet back towards you. We're going to come into butterfly. Flat of the feet together. Knees out towards the side. Your feet can be forward or back, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Forward feels a little bit easier in the hips. We're going to put our hands around our toes, but we're not going to actually pull ourselves down with it. We're just going to gently allow that direction to direct the movement. Knees are going to come up towards our shoulders and then down a few times, inhaling and exhaling through the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale down. Once they're down this time, just allowing our hips
to go into that anterior pelvic tilt, our pelvis, and then gently allowing your elbows to come out towards the side and draw yourself down.
Using your breath for this. So important, the breath in this movement. So important in finding that parasympathetic nervous system. And through our exhalation, through slowing down the exhalation, we allow for our nervous system to ease. And that's really important in trying to find length through movement. If not, what happens is that our nervous system tightens up and worried that something's going to happen. And through our breathing, through our exhalation, we just allow for that to ease. One more breath. Exhaling. Gently drawing ourselves back up. Helping ourselves with our hands. Coming back up into sitting. This time we're going to go onto our backs. You can either grab your shins, come to the side and lay back down. Or if you want to, you can join me, hands come forward, palms facing up, straight spine, and then curve your spine and gently come down. Feet are going to stay flat on the floor, chin tucks in, and then we come down. Take a few breaths here. Allow your knees to go to one side if that feels comfortable, and then to the other. We're going to go into bridge. We're going to do two different bridges. One more for the glutes. One more for our hamstrings. So from here, readjust your neck, palms facing down or up, whichever feels comfortable for you. First, draw your heels back towards you. Keep them slightly in line with your hips, or slightly further open, and your knees in line with your feet. From here, posterior pelvic tilt. Feel that flattening of the lumbar spine, engage the core, and then gently peel the hips off the mat. And then slowly follow with your lumbar spine, thoracic spine. Adjust your head, allow for the head to adjust to the movement. And then from here, allowing your hips to come up. Here you can interlace the fingers if that feels comfortable, drawing your shoulder blades together. And taking a few breaths here. And one more. Releasing the hands. And this time we're going to go down, and we're going to try to go down the same way that we went up. So first your thoracic spine, touching the mat. And then gently your lumbar spine. And lastly your hips and your glutes. Draw your feet away from your body. 1, 2 feet. From here, this time our toes might come up. That's okay, that's what we want. Keeping the feet and the hips and the knees aligned. Our heels are going to be the ones that actually do the work here, pushing into the ground. And this time you're going to connect the heels to your hamstrings. So the same thing in going up. Palms up or down, posterior pelvic tilt, lumbar spine feels flat on the mat. Engage the core, lift those hips up, slowly peeling off. Hips, lumbar spine, thoracic spine, adjust your head, allow for this to come up. And feel the difference between this bridge and the other bridge. See how more challenging or not it is. Taking a few breaths here. Interlacing the fingers if that feels comfortable. If not, keeping your arms here, keeping those hips raised. One more breath. Exhaling down. Same way we came up, same way we go down. Releasing. Drawing the knees up in towards the chest, either interlacing the hands over or just grabbing the knees. Inhale, knees away from you. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhaling away. Exhaling in. Inhaling away. Exhaling in, and this time keeping the knees drawn in towards you. We're going to roll onto one side. So onto your right side maybe to start. From here, right hand goes above left knee. Relax the head. Left arm comes up. We're going to go into a twist. Left arm goes out towards the left, and we look towards the left. If your shoulder feels slightly tender, bend the elbow. keep the hand close to your chest. If not, open up the arm and try to use your breath to find movement. Inhaling, finding length, and exhaling, finding rotation. Staying here for a few breaths. Slowing down. One more breath. And exhaling. Either from here, hands out towards the side. You can either de-rotate your torso and then come back up, or we can keep the knees together and draw the knees up towards the center. Grab the knees once again, inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in, and we'll go towards the other side. And just rolling onto that left side this time. Left hand on top of right knee. Right arm out towards the right. Looking towards the right, again, if your shoulder feels slightly tender or doesn't like this movement, bend the elbow. Coming back to the breath. Coming back to your body. One more breath. And then coming out of this. From here, drawing the knees up one more time. We grab a hold of the knees, and this time drawing them in and then down towards the floor. Feet flat, and then draw them out in front of you. From here, now I'm going to allow you to actually stay flat on your back, and you can take as much time as you want to finish off this session in Shavasana. That's laying down on the flat of your back and just taking a moment to breathe and integrate everything that we've just gone through. It's a moment just to ease off at the end of the practice, whatever suits you. Thank you.